What happens when a Canadian football fan experiences Celtic Football Club for the first time? So, for those that don't follow me here, my name is Marco. I am a massive AC Milan fan, but growing up where I did, I had many friends that supported English and Scottish football clubs, and I wanted to experience some of those clubs one day. So a little while ago, I jumped on a plane and took myself on a mini football tour through the UK, with the first stop being in Glasgow. This is the first video in this mini series, so be sure to follow up. After trying a Guinness at the Dublin airport, which tasted the same, I landed in Glasgow and met up with a friend of mine before the game. All right, folks, here with Elsie, on the way to the Celtic game right now, Celtic Ross County. Elsie hooked me up with tickets. She's also driving me to the game. I owe her big time. Thank you very much. I got a couple questions. Why do you support Celtic?
It's like a family tradition that's passed down, so you support who your dad supports.
Very nice.
Yep.
Okay, score prediction for today?
3-0 Celtic.
Easy win.
Yep.
Ross County apparently not very good.
No.
And favorite player on the squad right now?
Favourite player on the squad right now has to be Kyogo, definitely.
Okay, wrong answer. We're looking for Alistar. I just met someone from the club who's trying to tell me about Celtic pools. I'm not sure what that is, but then when he found out I was a visitor, he asked where I was from. So I said Canada. I said I'm here to see my fellow countrymen, and then he gave me a hug. Alistair Johnson, what a player, he said, up and down the wing. So clearly Johnson having quite an impact here in Glasgow. Although they played Ross County, the atmosphere was still pretty impressive. The Ultras are proper fans, and you could tell if it was a massive game or if they played Rangers, it would be ridiculous in there, I'm sure. The next day, I made my way back to the stadium for the stadium tour, and I gotta say, I've done a handful of these by now in the UK and Europe, but this one still holds as my favorite ever tour. I'm sure there's multiple tour guides that work here, but if you get David, you're in good hands. That was by far the best stadium tour I've ever done. Incredible tour, incredible club, incredible history. I didn't realize how much this club was built on charity, helping people. Just, yeah, what a time. The group was a bit smaller. The trophy room was very classy, and shout out to Celtic for beating Inter in that UCL final all those years ago. I appreciate it, and also the tunnel walkout was very cool. I picked up a Johnston kit, obviously, and then that night made my way to a bar in Glasgow to watch the Premier League games, where I ended up running into Neil Lennon, who is a former player, now manager, who's played over 200 games for Celtic, also used to manage them as well during that famous Barcelona victory, and introduced myself, said where I was from, took a picture with him, and then just sat back down, thought nothing of it. He then called me back to come talk to him, and we talked about Canada and talked about hockey for like 10 minutes. It was just a very surreal experience. I think I had the most proper Celtic weekend you could ever have, and I think that's how I would describe the club. The history, the fans, the people that I met, the stadium, the players, everyone that works at Celtic. My only thought all weekend long was just, what a proper football club. I can't wait to be back one day. When you roll through a storm.